Hi guys, hi ladies, how are you going? Okay, online dating profiles. It's always a tricky one, that, isn't it really? They say you've got to be completely honest because, you know, the idea is there's no point in filling in bogus online dating profiles. Why would you do it? If you're going to meet the person, why would you give a photograph that was 20 years younger than what you are? In fact, that happened to a friend of mine. Met this guy who looked fantastic, and he was just really, 20 years older than what his photograph looked like. So I think men are just as likely to do it as girls, really. So make sure you're honest with your online profile, but at the same time, you want to make sure that the thing about you comes across: your interests, your feelings, your sense of humour, your good points, and some of the things that you like for people to know and accept about you, which may not be 100% positive, but always put a positive spin on everything, because sooner or later you're going to meet that person, and it's a good start if they know a bit about you and they can see the positive areas of your life. So the best way to begin writing a profile is just to carefully analyse your past relationships. What was right, what was wrong, what things really made you like the last girl or guy, which didn't. Don't assume that just because you hated that last girl, she was totally self-involved and that she couldn't see anything else, you'll be able to overlook that quality this time. You won't. So that's some of the things that they're talking about on romantictip.net. We're just having a good old, talk about that. So, yeah, they're talking about things like face-to-face meetings eventually, and when you're ready, and building up a little bit of anticipation is a good idea. And making yourself super attractive is not such a great idea if you're actually, fairly a homely person. And once you've found the girl or the guy that you're thinking of dating, you can talk to them on the email, you can talk to them on the phone, you can sort of, cancel your membership, date them, see if they're really into you and if you're into them, you know what I mean? There's nothing more off-putting than when you're dating someone but still be available for others to date. So yeah, give the person that you're dating 100% of yourself, and that way you give her or him a fair chance to sort of show themselves for what they are. And if they're not quite your cup of tea, well, you can always move on. And that's how online dating starts and ends in lots of ways, but there's always some really great success stories and happy stories to go along the way. And so it all starts with your profile. It just starts with your profile, your photo, and how you feel about dating in general and what sort of a date you can look for. Okay, so yeah, be honest with your online dating profile, but not overly honest. Just project what you want to project, and be fresh and open, and show your sense of humour, show the good points. You know what I mean. Good luck everybody. Bye.